crawled out of his own grave to take revenge. But first, he had to survive the bear. Glass felt it. Something massive was stalking him. Subscribe, hit like, and share. Don't miss the next part of this frozen adventure. And then, the forest moved. A grizzly, furious, unstoppable. It crushed him, tearing flesh like paper. Every bone cracked under its weight. With nothing but a knife, he fought for his life. At last, the beast fell. But so did he. Barely breathing, he clawed free from death's weight. No man should have survived. But Glass did, and his story was only beginning. His son Hawk found him, barely alive, clinging to hope. But not everyone wanted Glass to live. To Fitzgerald, he was dead weight, a burden to be buried. And behind Fitzgerald's fake concern, murder was brewing. But Hawk wasn't about to let his father die undefended.
What have you done?
I don't know what you were talking about.
Until Fitzgerald struck, without warning. In the snow, Hawk's final breath froze in the air. Glass, broken and helpless, watched his son die. And then, they buried him alive. But Glass's fire refused to die. Left for dead, Glass clawed his way out of the grave. Every inch through the snow was agony. His fingers cracked and bled, but he kept crawling. The world tilted, fading in and out of blackness. Even wolves feasted while he starved. He chewed dirt and roots just to stay alive. He swallowed maggots and rot, anything to live one more hour. The river froze his wounds, trying to drag him under. Every breath was a gamble with death. But inside, vengeance burned hotter than the cold. With shaking hands, he stole fire from stone.
Finally.
For the first time, warmth touched his torn skin. He seared his own wounds shut. Pain was survival. Wrapped in rags, stitched with grit, he refused to die. The forest itself became his shelter. But in the dark, the howls reminded him he was never safe. Every step was torture, but every step was vengeance. Bloodied hands clawed berries from the frozen brush. The river tried to drown him, but Glass fought the current. On the far bank, he collapsed, but his eyes still burned with fury. Through frozen hell, he followed Fitzgerald's trail. Every breath carried his son's memory.
I must survive.
The tracks grew fresher. The hunt was closing in. And then he saw it. Smoke rising. Fitzgerald was near. His rifle felt heavier than his rage. The man who murdered his son sat breathing, unaware. Vengeance burned brighter than the fire in his eyes. He crept closer. Closer. The rifle misfired. Fate would give him no easy kill. The hunter had become the hunted. Steel and bone collided in the frozen storm. Fitzgerald fought like a cornered wolf. But Glass carried the fury of a grieving father. The blade cut deep. Blood spilled. Pain surged. Every strike was survival. Every wound, vengeance. The river that once tried to drown Glass now swallowed Fitzgerald. The killer finally tasted fear. At last, vengeance was his. But when the fury faded, only emptiness remained. And in the frozen silence, his story became legend.